reminds you of a certain Alice and her trials and tribulations in Wonderland, you'd be quite right. After Alice meets the caterpillar, smoking his hookah atop a mushroom, she eats some of the mushroom's cap, a piece from one side making her smaller and from the other making her larger. Lewis Carroll most likely read Mordecai Cook's book at the Bodleian Library, which held a host of publications describing the shamanic use of fly agaric fungi. A still popular story about the fly agaric is that it is responsible for much of the symbolism of Christmas. Santa Claus wears red and white, the colours of this stylish mushroom, is always in a jolly mood, and takes a shamanic flight across the sky with his troop of reindeer. These animals are strongly associated with the fly agaric via the Siberian tradition of eating the flesh of reindeer who seek out the mushroom in the wild, in order to experience its hallucinatory effects second-hand. Not only that, Santa hails from Lapland, where shamans also ate the fly agaric, and his helpers are elves, as strongly associated with fungi as the fairies of our folklore and art. Whether or not Santa Claus is a personification of this beautiful mushroom, fly agaric baubles make stylish Christmas tree decorations, and the real ones are a joy to find in the forest, standing out so brightly that they seem to beckon the curious walker. While fairies have become a popular adornment for the tops of Christmas trees, if you want to see a wild one, you should seek out the fly agarics in the wood. Keep very still.
December's perfume ingredient, juniper berry. Juniper berries are not in fact berries, but the seed cone produced by the female parent tree. Juniperus is a genus of around 70 species of aromatic evergreen shrubs. Their leaves are needle-like when young, but grow to be awl-shaped, meaning that many small spikes make up a leaf. With its balsamic, fresh scent, juniper berry is reminiscent of the rich aroma of the forest floor, the rustle and crunch of drying pine needles underfoot. Junipers thrive in Slovenia's highlands, alternating with meadowland just below the tree line. This is where Fern's juniper berry oil comes from. Slovenes have been brewing with juniper for hundreds of years, particularly in the karst region to the southwest. Brinjevec or Brinovec is a high-proof spirit fermented from juniper berries and intended not for drinking but for use in folk medicine. Far away from Slovenia, in Pakistan's mountainous region, there is an ancient forest of juniper where some trees have grown to over 1,000 years old. The Ziyarat Juniper Forest, now a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, is believed to be the second largest of its kind in the world. Like all ancient woodlands, it is crucial in the fight against climate change. Its age and biodiversity make it a perfect carbon sink, with thousands of years of carbon already locked in. Juniper berry is a key ingredient in Fern's forthcoming Winter 24 fragrance, which will be released on the solstice. The fragrance conjures the image of a rose in winter, the dazzling honeyed scent of rose de mai, touched with the frosty notes of rosemary and eucalyptus. For warmth, there's clove, juniper berry and balsam fir, and for balance the sweet sharp citrus scents of sweet orange, lemon and bergamot. Are you searching for a truly unique gift this Christmas time? I'll be placing a golden ticket beneath the tree. Beautifully wrapped, this gold embossed ticket entitles the recipient to a year of fern fragrances, or fragrances at either the solstices or the equinoxes, and it comes with a lovely little giclée print to open on the day. I like that this gift will bring joy to one of my family throughout the year, giving them something to look forward to each season, a deliciously scented treat that has become a ritual to unbox. You can purchase a golden ticket at fern.co/gifts. You can find a link in the episode notes. Mark the winter solstice. Make a nature table with pieces of lichen-covered moss, buried holly, ivy, seed heads, pebbles, Old Man's beard, feathers, and whatever else you can find out of doors. Then place white candles among them and light them on the day. It's also wonderful to catch the sunrise on the winter solstice, even if only from your window, so do it if you can. It certainly happens late enough. As you greet the sun, think about how it will make its lowest arc in the sky today, but how soon it will start to rise higher, lengthen our days, and bring spring. Fill a spray bottle with water, 1 teaspoon of vodka, and 25 to 30 drops of Christmassy essential oils, then shake it up and spritz it around. Try frankincense, sweet orange, and Douglas fir. The sunset. Sunsets in December are early. So early that most of us in the UK will spend more time out and about in the night than in the day, setting off for work or school before sunrise, and arriving home long after all daylight has faded. What can we do in December but embrace the dark and teach ourselves to enjoy the winter magic of cold starlight, misty twilights, and moon-glinting frosts? December is the best time of year for exploring the world in darkness, a month in which to experience familiar landscapes in unfamiliar light levels. Even if you're not a regular nighttime wanderer, it's well worth getting out after dark in December. Lighting up the night sky this month is our most powerful meteor shower, the Geminids. Peaking on the night of the 14th and early morning of the 15th, the Geminids are thought to be increasing in intensity year on year, and if the night is clear, you're pretty much guaranteed some shooting star wishes. Though the meteors appear to radiate from the star Castor in the Gemini constellation, hence the name Geminids, the Geminids occur when we pass through the dust trail left by asteroid 3200 Phaethon, making this one of our only meteor showers not to be produced by the tail of a comet. 3200 Phaethon is named for the son of the Greek sun god Helios, referring to the fact that its orbit passes closer to the sun than any other named asteroid. Its debris burns up when it hits our atmosphere, producing a beautiful display of fairly slow-moving meteors with a yellow hue. Look out for them above the southern horizon and enjoy some winter light amid the dark. December's moon phases. The last quarter moon will rise on the 5th of December. Last quarter moons rise around midnight and are at their highest point as the sun rises. The new moon is on the 12th of December. New moons rise at sunrise in the same part of the sky as the sun, and so cannot be seen. The first quarter moon falls on the 19th of December. First quarter moons rise near noon and are at their highest point as the sun sets. And the full moon falls on the 27th of December. Full moons rise near sunset, opposite the sun, so in the east as the sun sets in the west. December's full moon is known as the oak moon, or full cold moon. This one is also the moon after Yule. We end this year's series of folk music where we began, in an inn past nightfall and chilly air seeping under the door. It's nearly Christmas, and the tree in the corner twinkles. You find a stool by the fire and settle in. Above the low chatter, you hear the sounds of a tuning guitar.
This song is called Ar Fore Dydd Nadolig, which means on the morning of Christmas Day. And it's a very old song, and we know this because from the contents of the lyrics, we can tell that it's pre-Reformation, when we changed from being a Catholic country to a Protestant country, which happened in the early 16th century. So this song would probably be then from the 1400s, and it was passed down through families to the present day. Here we go, the very old Welsh Christmas carol, Ar Fore Dydd Nadolig. Ar Fore Dydd Nadolig, esgorodd y forwynig, ar geidwad bendigedig, methlem dref y ganwyd ef, a rhoi selef dyrosom ni. O geidwad anet, fe wawriodd arnom ddi. Dros euog ddyn fei lladdwyd, ac mewn bedd gwag y fei dodwyd. Ar ôl y gair gorffennwyd, ond daeth yn rhydd y tyrdydd dydd o'r beddrod pryd dyrosom ni. O geidwad anet, fe wawriodd arnom ddydd. O rasol fair forwynig, mam ceidwad bendigedig, yr Iesu dyrchaledig, ger gorsedd nefeiriol angref, a chwyd y lef dyrosom ni. O geidwad anet, fe wawriodd arnom ddydd.
Thank you for listening to this month's episode. Please do like and subscribe. All episodes are released on the 1st of each month, and our new series will begin on New Year's Day. I'm Leah Laindertz, and if you enjoyed this podcast, you will also enjoy my book, The Almanac, A Seasonal Guide to 2024, which has just been published. This year's theme is In the Garden. As the Season Turns is now in its 3rd year. With over 30 episodes, there's lots to explore for each month. This podcast is produced by Jeff Bird and researched by Catriona Bolt. In addition to my own contributions, Zoe Gilbert, author of Mischief Acts, wrote and read the herbarium. The folk song was played by Welsh musician Gwilym Bowen Rees, who also provided music for the intro. Alice Boyd is the sound recordist and designer who is travelling the UK through the year to make field recordings for each month's found sounds. This podcast has been created by Fern. Fern is an organic fragrance maker based in Somerset. Working with the rhythms of the seasons, they blend, barrel age and bottle 4 fragrances a year. Each fragrance is made to order for the names on the Fern production ledger. To join the ledger and find out more, visit www.fern.co or visit the link in the podcast description.